Clark. I'm Kimberly Clark, and this is my face! If you are just joining me, this is part 4 in a 5-part series of how to get this, Kimberly Clark's face. This is my face. This is my face. I don't wear wigs. Wait. The first video was my foundation, my base, contour, cream, powder, everything. Second video was the beginnings of my eye look, the cut crease, the glitter application. Part 3 was my brows, the last video, where I show you how to do these kind of crazy, cartoony pumpkin spice brows. And this, part 4, is completing my eye look, my liquid liner, my wing, my kind of lower lash line situation, and my lashes. Now, I think my lashes are really kind of the most important part of the Kimberly Clark look. As you may have heard me talk about in some other videos, or if you haven't, here we go. I have hooded eyes. I have kind of very prominent brow bone, and so my eyes really, and they're very round and deep set. So the typical drag wing where you really fill in your entire lid with black to do like a big wing, that just really does not work for me. It kind of makes me look a little crazy whenever I like close my eyes or look back, like I raise my eyebrows or something, like it just looks like a total mess. Like it does not look as good as it would on someone with, less deep set eyes, less round eyes, and less hooded eyes. Because I can't make that big wing with just liner, just because of the way my eyes work, and I just don't like it, I kind of end up doing a wing with my lashes themselves. Now, I don't know if you could see, but like my eyelashes really make that kind of like outer V situation, giving the weight to the outer part of the eye, thus making the eyes appear a little further apart. And this has really taken me a while to figure out exactly how to do. But if you look closely, that's all lashes. Like another queen might be able to do this with just shadow or something, but not me. I have to use lashes. Just my eyes don't cooperate in any other way. This is the only way that I can do it. Anyway, so the lashes I'm wearing today are these amazing Illamasqua lashes. These are some of the first lashes I ever got. I got them at like Bloomingdale's once on a whim. They were like $20. They're like gorgeous. They're like crisscross lashes. Anyway, I got these on sale at Haute Look for like $10 or like $8 or something, which is a steal for these lashes. Anyway, bought a bunch of pairs of those. Anyway, and these, I've actually alluded to these lashes in another video. These are what I use for my bottom lashes. Now, I used to use the Sephora Cabaret lashes. They were my favorite bottom lashes, and they discontinued them and I couldn't find them anywhere. Then I saw these Napoleon Purdis lashes on sale at Nordstrom. I thought I missed them, but then they came back, and so I got as many as I could. I got all of them. I mean, there were 3 left. I got all 3 pairs, and these are the lashes that I use as my bottom lashes. These are the Napoleon Purdis Daisy lashes, and they are the exact same lashes as the Sephora Cabaret lashes. If you have been missing those Cabaret lashes like I have, get yourself some Napoleon Purdis. Now, if you can get them on sale at Nordstrom or whatever, that would be great. But if not, you could order them from the Napoleon Purdis website. They ship from Australia, so it can get a little expensive, whatever. I was lucky and I got these. Ugh, so excited. Anyway, but these are the 2 kinds of lashes that I use to combine into that cat eye. Now, you'll notice both of them kind of expand outwards towards the edge, which really helps that cat eye situation. Anyway, enough explaining. Stay tuned and watch me apply my lashes and my liner and all that other stuff too. Okay, enjoy. Okay, so I've already done my cut crease and glitter placement, and now I am doing my liner. I'm using Kat Von D's liquid eyeliner. in the shade Trooper, her tattoo eyeliner. I love this liner. It has a brush tip, allows you to get very precise lines. And I am just taking this along the top lash line and out in a very dramatic wing, right along the angle of where my cut crease ended toward my brow. Now, I find that this liner is so opaque that I do not have to go over it with a black shadow, which is why I love it so much. I'm just thickening up that line, but again, I am not going over my entire lid to do that very dramatic wing, just because I run into some trouble when I do that. So I'm just doing this kind of specific, long, narrow wing shape. Just touching up the inner part to make it as precise as possible. And those are both of my crazy wings. Then I'm tightlining with NARS via Veneto eyeliner. I am just tightlining under where I placed that liner, that liquid liner, so I'm just tightlining the outer 2/3 of my eye. Then I'm taking NYX Slide On Eye Pencil in the shade Golden Bronze. I am placing that on my waterline on the outer 2/3 of my eye, and I'm taking NYX Slim Eye Pencil in the shade Teal and placing that on the inner third of my waterline, just to kind of mimic the shadow placement that I put on the top of my eye. Then using a small pencil brush and that kind of yellow shimmery shadow from the Morphe 35B palette, I'm just going over that green shade and then taking that taupey purple shade and going underneath my waterline, smudging it out, and smudging out underneath the wing. Now, if you want to see these shades up close, check out my first eye video, part 2 of this series, to see what those shades look like. And then I'm blending that out further with an e.l.f. crease brush. Basically, I'm just mirroring the top part of my eye with the bottom. And adding a little bit more of that yellow shade just to make it a little more poppy. Then I'm fixing any kind of smudges or mistakes that I have with that liner. And boom. All right, now it's time for lashes. Okay, like I said, I'm using these Illamasqua lashes and these Napoleon Purdis lashes. First, I'm curling my lashes. Just giving it a good curl a couple times. You know the deal. Then I'm using my duo eyelash adhesive. Now, I like to squeeze this out onto the cap of a little spray bottle and let it get tacky while I apply my mascara. Now, I'm using my Diorshow Iconic Waterproof Mascara that I've talked about in some other videos. I love a waterproof mascara just because I am a drag queen, I sweat, I move, I dance, and I need stuff to stay. And again, I'm just putting this on the outer 2/3 of my eye where I put that liner. This is the way that I've cut the lashes. I've cut off this little chunk off the end just to make it fit my eye better, because again, I'm not putting them on the entire eye. I'm just putting them on the outer 2/3 of the eye, which is kind of important. And as you can see, I'm just dipping that band in the glue dot that I have made and letting this get even more tacky. This is the most important step for applying false lashes. No matter how you apply the glue, is let it get tacky before you put it on your eye, or it will not work. Now I'm just delicately and harrowingly placing these lashes on my eye. I don't have any specific advice for this. It just takes a lot of practice. I'm kind of, focusing on one end first. So I'm focusing on the inner part first, making sure that that is in the right place, smushed down, squeezed right up against my lashes, and then kind of making sure that the outer part is exactly where I want it. Now you can see that I'm going up a little bit towards the outer part of my lashes, not putting them right against my natural lashes. This is to help create that open, kind of swept up wing look even more. Now, waste not, want not, I'm taking that little tiny piece that I trimmed off after adding some eyelash glue to it. I'm just placing it on top of the outer corner of my lashes, just to give it an extra little bump. Don't really worry too much about the placement of this. It's above the lashes, no one's gonna see it. And then I'm taking my bottom lashes and I'm putting them kind of right underneath the kind of smudged out line that I made with that liner, that lower lash liner, to create a kind of crab claw shape. and I'm connecting them to the upper lashes. And that is my signature Kimberly Clark Doe-Eye eyelash look. Thank you so much for watching. That was my harrowing eyelash application as per usual. That was part 4 in my 5-part video series. There's one more part left. It's coming up. It is my cheeks and my lips and kind of finishing up my face with setting spray and all that good stuff. So please stay tuned for that. I hope you've enjoyed this series. Check out the other videos in the series if you haven't. Part 1, 2, 3, and now part 4. Check out my other videos on my channel. I've got some great beauty videos. I've got some other, other videos, web series, all that kind of good stuff. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and have a great day. I'm Kimberly Clark. Bye.